Welcome back to the Midday Q&A. I'm your host, the Duckman. And this is...
Being the Queen.
Alright, we're back again to talk about a bunch of questions that we've got asked during this week, and some from last. So I put together a little bit of list here to try to cover them. And one of the first questions that we got on this list is, why are so many of my videos recently different than what I used to do? And the answer is, well, a lot of things have changed in my life, and I answered this in the last video, but not everybody always gets caught up, so I figured I'd just throw it out there in this one. A lot of things happen, things are just different. B has decided to join me and learn a little bit about car stuff along the way, and we're out to have fun. We're out to have fun. We're still going to focus on projects like Gregory. We're still going to focus on Eleanor when Eleanor comes back, and we're still going to be focused on Ruby because Ruby needs repairs right now. She's got problems with transmission. I'm still having severe problems getting her into gear, and it continues to get worse. And right now the show season is upon us, and the only running driving vehicle that I have to put into a Volkswagen show is Ruby. So I've got to take the car and get the thing fixed. So we're going to see more of her coming up in recent weeks. But the projects are not forgotten. It's just we took a break for a little bit, tried to have a little bit of fun, tried to do what made us laugh. We have a little personality here, a little clique. We get along. We decided to ride with it, and it worked out well for one video. We had such a laugh, we decided to do another one. And then I started getting her involved in the real projects, and, well, it's a good thing. Which brings into the next question. Hey, did I bring B over here just for the views? And I gotta say, the views are a great side effect of B having joined me here, because you see something that you wouldn't normally have seen otherwise. Did I bring her on just for her assets? In the beginning we had a discussion that was part of the joke, that I was going to make you think that she was me by cutting the face off and having her do a lot of the work in the video, until I realized that it made a better video for me to be a mentor and to teach her to do something, and you learn some stuff along the way.
A lot of stuff.
And you had so much fun with it that instead of cropping her head out of it, I actually let her participate in the video more, and we had this clever banter. And I re-edited the video completely differently, and it was more of a student-teacher thing instead. And I liked it. I mean, I think you had a good time with it too.
It was a blast.
And overwhelmingly, there's been a lot of praise. We did have some whiners, as always, because something is different than what it used to be. So there are going to be some people who are going to complain. But for the most part, we really enjoyed ourselves. I mean, well, we have always enjoyed ourselves. But for the most part, our viewers have also enjoyed things with us. They like the change, and they're glad to be watching and subscribe to what we're doing here. And as I said, the views is kind of an interesting side effect. We did get more views, but on the contrary, we have less viewed minutes. There's lower retention than there used to be because people are fast forwarding to the parts they want to see rather than watching the project from here on out. But we did get a lot of new subscribers that do want to watch the project and are very happy that B is here to join us for this, because we're not only getting something done, but we're entertaining at the same time. And I think our banter is probably what I enjoy most. It really is. I mean, I love seeing the project getting done, but it's just fun to get out here and just start talking with you. Mm-hmm. You're kind of quiet here, but I guess I'm kind of steamrolling you, aren't I?
I mean, that's pretty normal.
There it is. Well, the next question is B going to stay?
Please?
This is one for you. She's asking me to stay. Are you going to stay? You want to hang out? You want to continue with this? You want to learn more about this project?
Please.
Okay. I think we got a little more to that we're going to answer in some of the questions coming up here, but she would like to stay. I would like her to stay. And again, not just for these views or the subscribers that are coming down the tubes, but because we enjoy each other's company, and things are just good with that. We're not going to mess with it. We're not going to change it to some kind of relationship status. We're not going to get married. We're not boyfriend, girlfriend. It's not what we are. Look at this. You're making me look like I'm awful. You just don't want to... Ooh, the Duckman's got duck shit on him. It washes off.
I'm sure somebody's into it somewhere.
Yeah, there's got to be somebody out there. I'm sure that there is. But anyway, is B going to stay? Yeah, I certainly hope that she does. I mean, we want her to stay. I mean, you want to stay.
I do.
We've already talked about plans for the future and what we'd like to do here to get projects covered on our YouTube channel, and also get her YouTube channel launched for some of the stuff that she's going to be doing, either flying solo or maybe I get to be the guest star in some of these things. So we'll see how that works out. But yep, I think B's going to stay. Hopefully for the long term and not just for the short and a few more videos, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. We've been accused of clickbait. And what is clickbait? Clickbait, by definition, is a very negative thing. Just bait in general. Think about the fish on a hook adage. Somebody drops a hook into the water with bait on it. that fish goes to that bait and gets snagged. Do you think that that fish wants to be snagged? I mean, I suppose there's probably some BDSM, fish that are out there, but
that's a different video.
That's a different video for sure. But I don't think that fish actually wanted to go there. In the case of my videos, you look at the thumbnail, and unless there's a joke in it, and I have, because I do like to troll my audiences sometimes. Sometimes I put a joke in the thumbnail. Sometimes people get it. Sometimes it goes right over their heads, and sometimes they don't get it, and I get, barked at for it. But when you come to my videos, what you see in the thumbnail is what you get. And, I mean, Bee's been part of my thumbnails ever since, every time she's been included in the video. Even if she was just minorly in the video for a moment, I make sure that she gets that respect to appear in that thumbnail. And she appears as she wants to appear. Do I dress you?
Nope.
Do I tell you how to dress?
Nope.
Am I paying you to be here?
Nope.
Do I even have the money to pay you to be here?
Probably not.
The answer is I'm not whoring you out either.
No, I'm whoring myself out.
Yeah, you're doing what you want to do because you want to do it.
Yes.
And I mean, I said it for you, but I just wanted to clarify to the audience to understand that I am not forcing you to be here in any way. You do enjoy being here. And the images that you see in the thumbnails are not clickbait. They're actually, well, they give you an example of what's going on in the video because that's what they're supposed to do. Right now, I am competing on YouTube with how many millions of YouTube channels that are making videos actively, and I have to compete with them. How am I going to make my videos look more enticing for you to click on? Well, by showing you what's in it is probably the best way, and that's what thumbnail images are for. On YouTube, you used to not be able to set them. They would randomly choose some time in the video at certain segments, and I actually got a little clever that I could slip in a frame and still get a thumbnail on some of my older videos. I was able to figure out the timing mechanism and how it would work and got the math so I could do that. But nowadays you can actually set your thumbnail. So we try to choose something that's either happened in a video or something that you are going to see in a video. We're not baiting you, we're giving you what you came here for. And if that's all you came here for, that's probably why the retention in my videos is so low but the views are so high. It's not hurting me any, it's not really earning me any more money than what I was making before. In fact, it's probably kind of bad just for that point, because my retention it was pretty good before, 50 to 60% through a whole video, and now it's like a third of that. And I mean, as much as I'm hurt, I'm not, because you know what people came for if they're just retention is low. They're just fast forwarding to the parts that they want to see. So that's what it is. Yeah, you know how it goes. Well, another question I've gotten is, since B is here, will there be other guests in our videos? And the answer is yeah. I mean, there has been other guests before. You've seen Wild Bill before. You've seen Carlos. Thomas has been over here. You've seen the owner of some of the cars that I've worked on. You've seen Matt. He has got a Beetle also. He hasn't been over here in a couple years now, but you've seen him from time to time. You've seen Dylan on his motorcycle years ago. He was here too. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. There's a whole bunch of different people that I've brought over here, and we're going to have more regulars. B is not going to be the only lady on this channel either. So there'll be a lot of different females that I'm forcing to be in my videos. Because that's what we do. I force you to come.
My videos too?
Yeah, well, they're okay. Well, we're going to see if we can make that happen also. So you're going to make sure that you get over to her Instagram and you want to give her a little clicky, licky, likey, subscribe to her, follow her. Find all my information and her information up on duckshit.net. Let's go ahead and answer some more of these questions. Yes, there's going to be some more guests. I'm trying to think of anybody else that might be involved. There are some names that I want to list, but I hate talking about things that don't actually happen. But I do have a few other people picked out to start making some videos with. You'll probably see B and I and this new person all at the same time while we break them in. And if they don't work out, hey, they don't work out. Maybe the video will get made, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll never see them again if it does. We'll see what happens from there. But there will very likely be other people down the road, so watch for it. Here's a good one, and this gets asked a lot. Did this roof on Gregory ever get finished? No, it's not finished. I put the lid on it back when I got it. That was the best place to store it, and that was actually in that video where I did it. But ever since, people have been asking if I finished it. No, I haven't welded that on. I'm not ready to cut this out. That's something that's coming up soon, and we're actually going to be talking about that in Wednesday's video. Wednesday's video over on DuckmanCycles is going to be pretty much a large summary of what's going on here in the yard right now. There hasn't been any one individual good project type video that went on. It was just a whole bunch of little, picking and hunting and just doing the best you can to get little things done here and there in between work hours. And that's the hardest thing, really, is just trying to find time for these projects between work. Because, you know, I've started that new job. Again, reminding people that didn't watch that last video. But a lot of things in my life have changed, and I'm glad that Bee's here to help me. That's going to help me to get some more stuff done a little more quickly, as long as I don't get too distracted, because that's been known to happen. Oh my. Well, Bee, we got a couple of questions for you.
Shoot.
All right. What is Bee's favorite car?
Currently,
Yes.
my favorite car is the Karmann Ghia.
Is the Karmann Ghia.
The Karmann Ghia.
Which Karmann Ghia is that?
That would be the one that's sitting under the tarp in your yard that I will be buying and fixing up, hopefully, for show season.
So you guys hear that right now. She's on my videos, and she's paying me.
I'm paying to be
it's going to be
born
for the
here.
car. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop right over there. We'll show you that car right now. All right, we're doing a little something here today. What you got? What is it?
It's a Ghia!
So it's like unwrapping a birthday present or something here, huh?
It is.
My Ghia, which has been dormant a number of years. I've kept this thing covered. Right now I'd like to wrap that cover around the neighbor's dog, but you know, we're gonna be nice. Cover came off of there a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Yes.
Dirty old car, it's been sitting there for a while. What you think? Even the dog's answering.
Even the dog's excited.
Huh?
You did break the windshield.
Yeah. I hit it with something, I don't remember what, but I boinked it.
The interior is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, it's actually in great shape. It's just dirty.
Yeah.
You can open the door. Not locked. See?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a project. Oh, he did take the stereo out.
Yeah, I've got the one in the car, or house rather. It's up in the garage.
What's this one?
You can see the squirrel poopies on the dashboard.
There's squirrel poopy all over
There's
this.
squirrel poopies on the seat too.
Yeah. It's gonna be a project.
A couple weekends.
You think
It can be roadworthy that quickly. Absolutely. Absolutely. And of course, it depends on how deeply you want to go into it. If you want to do a full customization, restoration, blah, 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 it could take months. And if you're just looking to put it on the road, gee, we go through the brakes, the electrical, put an engine in it, up and running in a couple weeks. You guys have watched me do floor pans up here on YouTube, and you see me do that in 2 days. The only reason it took 2 days is because I painted it and let it sit overnight. So, not much to it. Engine lid will just open right up if you want to look in the back there. You can see where I started to wipe the paint down on the color that came out of it here.
Yeah.
That needs to be wiped again, but
That's where the engine will
that's
go.
where the engine will go.
Yeah, I can see some rust there.
Yep. That's where the engine compartment was cut out. I think somebody put a Subaru engine in it at some point. So I need a little bit of grinding, and then we'll cover it over with some paint. It normally gets covered with tar boards and stuff anyway. You don't see it, so no big deal.
Alright.
Easy to fix stuff. You like it? You really like it? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I have to decide whether or not I'm going to keep it yellow.
Yeah, you could do that. Make it any color you want.
Yeah,
The
well,
one thing's for sure, there's not a whole lot of yellow ones.
yeah.
So for whatever it's worth, it makes it different or unique. At least I haven't seen a lot of yellow ones anyway, but
I've actually never seen one, so.
never seen one in person, really?
No.
Really?
Never seen a Karmann Ghia in person.
I got a feeling it's just painted with Rust-Oleum yellow, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, which is real easy to get, and it's real easy to just fix. There's not much to it, and you can polish the crap out of it and make it shiny.
I get some good money going. Take it to Earl and have him paint it.
Ooh, that'd be something.
Yeah, have him paint it a nice.
It'll be a lot cheaper than mine, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because it doesn't need a whole bunch of welding here and there.
No, it does not.
This one is actually a good solid body. There is there's no damage to the body except for the cuts in the back that need a little bit of filling. All these corners where these things usually rust out of, right under here and in the back, including the ones up in the front, there's no rust. These are the corners that these things always blow out. Now, I don't know if they were previously restored by the previous owner, fixed, what have you. The heater channels in this thing are solid. There's no rust around the corners of the windshield. When I pulled the windshield back out of that at one point, when I changed it, that's the reason why I broke it, because when I put it back in, I boinked it with something. I don't remember what, but I hit it with something and it went back in and I broke it. But I went around the corners of it and I treated it for rust because it was starting to surface rust. And I knew if it sat outside, it was going to continue to rot through. So I patched that up. So just paint, that's all it was. Scrape the rust off, acid, paint, and it's not going to rust again on you. I think the hood is open too. There it is. Oh, there's a piece that's missing. Look at that. Now we can put that back on. I don't even know how it got in there. And there's your gas tank.
That's not rusty.
Yeah, only on the surface.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only on the surface. It hasn't been sitting out in the weather. It came from a different vehicle though, because when I got this, it had no tank in it.
Oh, wow.
So I don't remember what that came from, but I just dropped it in there. Help try to keep the cats and things from getting up through the hood compartment and making a home in there, or having, you know, kittens or something and stinking the whole thing up. And lots of squirrel shit. And a barking dog, which is really, really loud to this microphone, I'm sure. Sorry guys that are watching, nothing I can do about it. Not my dog. Gas filler's right up there in the front. And that tube, you see there, normally is connected into that, but it's not right now. And a typical squirrel's nest for wires. That's just what Volkswagen wiring typically looks like. Somebody at some point replaced those wires because those are not standard Volkswagen colors, but that's not a big deal to a guy like me. Alright, that thing's blowing my eardrums out. There's that other vent. There's all the squirrel shit. It doesn't look like squirrels tore anything up though, that's good.
Yeah.
Those are the Prelude seats I was telling you about that are in here.
That's exciting.
Yeah, they're all modern seats. They just need a good scrub down and a good vacuum. You see, they're not destroyed by any means.
Smells like a zoo in there.
Yeah, it smells actually moldy. That's a moldy smell. There's the mold. That's it. Comes off with a rag with some vinegar on it. That's the best way to do it without filling the car with Lysol and making yourself sick from it. Man, there it is. Steering still feels good. I don't think there's a shifter in it right now. It looks like there's not, because the other back seat that used to be in the back is up front. That's wouldn't be possible if the shifter was in there, but we got shifter for it. It's no problem.
Hold on, I'm gonna put on that Volkswagen shirt because it's yellow too.
Put on your yellow Volkswagen shirt. Everybody wants to see you in your tight yellow Volkswagen shirt. All right, we'll record this.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to record the Volkswagen shirt going on.
No.
No?
No.
All right. Okay, now that everybody knows that you have a Karmann Ghia that you have your eyes set on, what are some of your future plans for it?
Clean out the squirrel shit in it would probably be the first thing.
That's actually a very great first step.
Yes, we're gonna clean out the squirrel shit. I would like to, you know, get the inside detailed, and then an engine is probably another good one.
Engine.
It has no engine.
Has no engine currently as of this time.
Up in the air on the paint. If I have the money, I would love to get it to Earl for a nice paint job. Don't know if we're going to stick with the yellow or if we're going to go to a blue, which, if you can't tell, is my favorite color.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed.
I never would have guessed, ever. I mean, that's kind of the first step. Well, the floor pans.
Floor pans is a project that we're going to be working on here over on DuckmanCycles channel. We're going to pull the Karmann Ghia out of there, and I have been challenged over the years to replace floor pans without removing the body. And I think the Karmann Ghia is probably the worst example to do that for somebody that's 6'3" and 260 pounds. But I'm going to do the best that I can to actually prove that it can be done, and probably for the people that want to take that shortcut and not remove the body. But we'll do it their way, and we're going to accept that challenge, and we'll get the floor pans cut out of it. We'll get the new ones welded into place, and well, we're going to go from there.
I'm going to learn how to weld.
You are going to learn how to weld. You're going to be doing a lot more rust removal and stuff too around the edges, and then you'll be filling it with some tar-based caulk to go around there, and a little bit of painting stuff, and probably have you do most of the painting. Because it's attached to the car and the body won't be removed, we're not going to spray very much. Because if you spray, it's going to get all over everything. Yeah, you can mask it, yeah, you can do this, but it's still going to be sloppy. So So we're just going to go ahead and either roll it or brush it on. Since it goes under the carpet anyway, it doesn't matter if there's streaks. So we'll go from that.
It's also, in it.
Yeah, you'll be putting a stereo in it, but let's not touch that yet because that makes you sound like a teenager. It's always, hey, what kind of stereo you got in that car? What? You know, the car doesn't even run right. Oh, how big are your wheels? No.
Just
no.
want to be able to listen to my jams.
Well, you'll get your jams in there, but that's not going to be one of the first things. It's actually going to be one of the last things. What you want to focus on right now is getting the car solid, which is a matter of removing and fixing those floors. Get it cleaned.
Tires.
Then give it a good scrub down. Well, tires, not until it rolls. You're not ready to roll it yet, so you don't have to do tires just yet. When it's ready to leave the yard, then you want to do your tires. You want to get it running, you want to get some brakes on it, and we've got to go through the electrical. And I have an actual order to do that. I made a video about that. If you guys haven't seen it, search for, well, I don't remember, but there'll be a link down in the video description. Maybe I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, I made a video with Carlos about what do you do next once you've got your Beetle home. Once you got that shiny, well, not shiny, that not so shiny Volkswagen with full of the rust holes, it doesn't run, that you had to drag it home, exactly what order do you need to do things in? And again, I made a video about that, so there'll be a link down in the video description, check it out. It'll also be in the first pinned comment, we'll put it up there too. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Sound good. Is there anything else you'd like to interject today?
I think that's it.
You think that's it, huh?
I think that's it. Personal questions can be directed to my Instagram.
Personal questions can be directed to her Instagram. She's going to start doing her own Q&A videos coming up soon. Anything you'd like to tease us with?
Pin-up sets will be on sale this summer, hopefully.
Oh my, maybe even sooner than that.
Maybe.
It's not even summer yet, it's still March.
True.
It is summer daylight time. But...
It is summer daylight time, but I got...
Anyways, yeah, she's got some signed photos coming up soon if you want to make the purchase. That's going to go towards the Karmann Ghia fund to get her car built. And that's really where she's at right now. Both of us are starving artists, probably the best way to put it. So whatever you can do to donate to us, you can find it up on duckshit.net, and you'll find B's Instagram there as well as mine. You'll find all my different YouTube channels, so that way you guys don't miss a thing. Make sure you licky, like it, comment, subscribe, follow every one of them. If it's not a follow, subscribe. Pluck the little dingle belly down there next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time we upload a new video. Anyways, guys, thank you much for watching. Thank the audience.
Thank you. Titties.
Thank you, titties.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next time.